Today we're going to talk about a product that has changed my fish room. It's not only made my fish more colorful, but also breed more often, stay healthier, and I'm using way less meds because of these products. So I've been testing this product for about 2 years. I did it on my own before I released it. I tested it in my room for a year and then released it in the last year. The product is fulvic acid. I cannot tell you how much my fish room has changed. I'm not fighting diseases anymore. This morning I walked in and I seen a white, looked like a worm on the bottom of my tank. Now I'm going to educate a little bit on this. That was actually a lining, an intestinal lining being shed. So some of you have sent me a lot of messages on there's a worm in my tank. And your first instinct is to medicate. Please do not do that. Do not throw meds at your fish over and over and over again. It's one of the worst things you can do because not only you're not probably treating a parasite, you're stressing this fish out and making them sicker. So that's why this product is so amazing. So fulvic acid, I'm going to put up all the benefits on the screen because I can't go through them all on this video, also it'll be a 2-hour video. But in conjunction with the fulvic acid is the vitamins. Now, they coincide. This bell right here has blackworms, and I give this to my discus once a month, or if I ever treat for diseases. After I treat for a disease with a medication, they get the vitamin kit. So just like us, when you take antibiotics or any kind of medication, it messes with your gut. It basically strips your gut of all good bacteria. So the good bacteria is crucial for good gut health. So these vitamins not only have all the vitamins they need, but it also has prebiotics and probiotics in it. I've searched long and hard for these vitamins. Now, I have people telling me all the time that, oh, you know, they can get that through their food. Yes, that's the point. That's why I made my foods, because I wanted to make sure that I had all the nutrients in the foods they need. I'm very conscious of putting all the vitamins and all the prebiotics and probiotics in the food. This is very important that they have that every day to keep their immune system strong. These fish are healthy because of their immune system, not because they're heavily medicated, not because I see a problem that I think might be going on and I instantly go to my medications. Yes, I sell medications. Yes, I treat with medications, but mostly I treat with those medications with wild discus. Very rarely do I ever treat my domestic discus for parasites, because usually the breeder is pretty good about keeping them separated from, you know, a population that has a parasite, but also a lot of them treat on their own. I want you guys to stop trying to find reasons to medicate. It's about getting ahead of problems. The fulvic acid, so in my tanks, every tank in my room, 35 tanks, every tank, doesn't matter if it's soft water, hard water, doesn't matter if it's cool water, warm water, it gets the fulvic acid. Because the fulvic acid basically has taught me, and I had to find this out through trial and error, that it brings the nutrients to the cell. So when you hear tannins, basically what a tannin is a breakdown of organic matter. The fulvic acid is what's at the micro level. So that's what gets into the cell and brings the vitamins and the food and the nutrients into the cell. So yes, you can just put tannins in your water and you will have fulvic acid. There's no doubt. So that's a given. But by just putting it directly into the fresh water going into the tank, they're always having access to that fulvic acid. Now, it's very minimal amounts. It's 1 ml per 10 gallons. So it's not a lot of fulvic acid. In conjunction with once a month giving them those vitamins, what I've noticed is better color, less issues as far as needing to medicate. I don't think I've medicated in my room. Well, I know I haven't medicated in the last 6 months. Because even fish I'm bringing in now, unless they're full-blown wild, and really guys, the only parasite you're ever really gonna see with your naked eye is tapeworm. It's so rare. I mean, I think I've seen it 3 times in my life on a fish. Now, praziquantel treats tapeworms, but it also treats gill flukes. So if you have a gill issue, I want you guys, before you start treating with praziquantel, I want you to turn up your aeration. I want you to cut back on your feeding. I want you to try to put up sight blocks so they're not stressed out on each other, because all those situations will cause stress and increase gill function. Even a gill closing is not a reason to think they have gill flukes, because sometimes, you know, they're moving those gills all the time, and sometimes they just rest a gill. I'll come in the morning sometimes, and because they've been sleeping, actually, they will close a gill. And then within an hour, that gill will start pumping again. There's flared gills. Flared gills are usually because of an injury, and usually they can go back. Now, if you really want to see if they have gill flukes, you need to do a scraping. So my suggestion is pre-treat with the fulvic. You'll have much better results. A fish that naturally fights with its immune system. The vitamins are important. I don't care what anybody says, and people poo-poo it and they say that doesn't work. Those vitamins I got are the best on the market. I've searched high and low in the veterinarian and farming trade to find these vitamins that will work on these fish. Can you get away without using vitamins? 100%. But I would say the number one thing that has made my fish room more efficient as far as profitable, I mean, I'm making way more money since I started using this fulvic acid. My fish are maturing a little quicker, and they're breeding at a younger age. I have fish breeding at 14 months, 12 months is, they're breeding but they're not successful. 14 to 16 months is about when they start breeding now. Now it used to be about 18 months to 2 years. And I don't want to force them to breed, right? But if they're naturally going to pair up, so this is a pairing tank right here. Some of these I will allow to pair and some of them I will not. There's a lot of wild F1, F2s in this tank. They are in 100% soft water, so this is breeding water. So you're going to see a little bit of aggression going on sometimes because the males are trying to find females. But the males can only try if the females are gravid and they want to breed, if they have eggs. I want to make it very clear that the reason I'm making this video is I think this product could change the hobby. And not just discus, all fish. My rainbows, everything in my room gets it. And everything is healthy, everything is breeding, and everything is thriving. That's the thing. When I look at a fish, the first thing I look at, obviously, are their finnage and stuff like that. I want to make sure there's no frays. But really what I go to is their eyes. I want to see clear, crystal clear eyes, and they have rings in their eyes. And once you start losing those rings, if you've ever seen a discus that is sick, their eyes actually go black, like a shark almost. It's like a shark eye, it's just solid black. A healthy discus has rings, and sometimes you can see 3, I've even seen like 4 deep in rings. So anytime I'm looking at fish, not just discus, any fish, that's the first thing I go to. Obviously I'm giving a broad overview of the finnage and everything because I want to make sure there's no scalloping going on or any fungal or anything like that. But really I focus in on those eyes. And what I've noticed with this fulvic acid is the eyes are just insanely clear and crystal clean, right? They just look amazing. you don't believe what I'm saying, that's fine. I'm just telling you my experience the last 2 years, what I have used to change my hobby. I'm having a lot less diseases, and a lot less issues, and a lot less fungal, bloat, everything. Now this system right here is great because it does cut down on bloat. It does send the food through. The fish slow down and kind of peck like they're supposed to. They're supposed to graze. So it's more of a natural type of feeding. Now on the website you can try the fulvic acid for free. You just spend $30 and there's a kit that comes with water conditioner. It's the same water conditioner that all the big companies have. There's no difference. There's some proprietary stuff I couldn't put into it, but basically it's just a product that is sold for a lot of money and is not very expensive. So that's why I give that away free. And I also put the fulvic acid in that together so you guys can try that. Now you're not going to see results in the first bottle, 50 mil or whatever. You're not going to see results. You have to do it over months. I would say you start really seeing results in about 3 months. Whether you use my fulvic acid, there's other fulvic acid on the market, but mine is highly, highly, highly tested. And the only time I've really heard anybody talking about it was Europeans. Europeans are pretty much ahead of us in the hobby, at least 10 years, I would say, minimum. And it's just things they do that I pick up on. My family is from Europe, so I have kind of a background in how their cultures are, and they're always trying to find more natural ways. We are very highly processed in our foods in the United States, and it's disgusting, right? I shudder at the thought of my kids eating Fruit Loops because of all the dyes and crap in that, just pure sugar. So we try to eat more natural here, and fulvic acid is part of that. Now, I'm not saying to use my fulvic acid, it's just kind of in our gardens we use a natural fulvic, more of a fulvic product that goes into the soil, so it's mixed into the soils. But I'm a huge believer in this. I'm not just putting this video out to sell it, right? And whether you buy it or not, believe me or not, I really don't care. But my job here on this channel is to hopefully teach people how to become better fish keepers, but also to learn from you guys how to become better fish keepers. And there's a guy I know, he's a really smart dude, not an aquarist at all. He doesn't do aquariums at all. And I was talking to him one day about the Amazon and everything, and he's the one that told me, so, do you use fulvic acid in your water? And I said, fulvic acid, I believe that's in tannins, right? Yeah, so I don't really use dark water tanks. And he's all, no, you don't understand. Fulvic acid is the micro level of the tannins. That's what that is. It has nothing to do with the dark water. And so that put me on this path. For 2 years I've been on this path. And talking to farmers, talking to vets, talking to chefs, so talking to really smart people, they're the ones that kind of put me on this path. So I'm 100% in. Every water change has fulvic acid. Now I recommend 1 ml per 10 gallons. It goes a long way. That's not in my best interest to be profitable, because I know I could bump that up, way up, and sell a lot more product and be way more profitable and still not affect the fish. But what we found is that 1 ml is perfect because they use it when they need it. Okay, their body understands, okay, I need more vitamins, the fulvic acid, and they basically consume what they need, the rest stays in the water, and it's basically inert. Now, when you pair the fulvic acid with high quality food, is all I have now, because I don't buy any other food, I make all my foods. I just find the quality is just a step up from what I can buy at the store. There's some good foods out there, don't get me wrong, and you have to search and you can find them. They're good, but they're not this level of good. Because you have to understand, big companies have to be profitable. So they can't put in what I put in my foods and pay employees and overhead. They can't do it. They have to put in fillers, right? And there's nothing wrong with the filler, it just depends on what kind of filler it is. So the high quality food for me was something that was a no-brainer, and I thought all the success was just because of the high quality food. Now I understand that it's the combination between the vitamins in the food and the fulvic acid bringing the vitamin to the cell. I literally have no more disease in my room. Once a fish comes in from the wild and it's treated, that fish stays healthy. I would say in the last 2 years, I've had 3 fish die, and that was one of my videos. You can look it up, and I'm very transparent because I want to make this channel real. I want you to understand that I'm not trying to make stuff up. I'm not trying to be, all YouTube-ish and trying to be sensational, right? Now, if a problem comes up, yes, I do a little bit of clickbait on my thumbnails. It's not that I'm trying to be clickbaity. I want people to get this information because it's important. So if they're not going to click on my video, then they are missing that opportunity to learn something that I've learned, and I'm trying to push forward to you guys. Alright, so go check the product out, Amazon Gold. It's on my website, shelleraquatics.com. Just take a look at it, read up on it. I'll have some more information on the screen. And I just want to emphasize how important this is and why I'm giving it away, because I want you guys to try it. Now, you could get it free forever by spending $30 on my website. That's the only requirement. Now, I am on the honor system, right? If you spend $20 and then put that in your cart, you will not receive it. If you spend $30 and put that in your cart, you will receive that for free. What I'm noticing is about 95% of the people are pretty honest that watch my channel, and I love that. And that's about across the board, that 5%. They're trying to get something for nothing, and that's fine. I understand, but this only works if it works both ways. It doesn't work if I'm trying to take advantage of you or you're trying to take advantage of me. It just won't work. Everything's going really well on the channel. I made a lot of videos at the end of the year because I wanted to push that out, and so now I'm going to start being more consistent on my videos. I've dropped a ton of money on my cameras, and hopefully I can learn how to use these better. There's a lot of lenses and stuff like that. Some of it I haven't even set up yet. Alright, if you haven't subscribed, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, because really that is how I get more views. I know it's a shameless thing, but really, I spend a lot of money on the equipment. I spend a lot of time setting these videos up. I spend a lot of money to get YouTube to a new level. If you don't like the channel, then don't subscribe. Leave a dislike. It doesn't matter, like, dislike to me. There's someone that leaves a dislike on every video, and that's fine. I'm okay with that, because really any interaction is good interaction on YouTube, okay? Like, dislike, it doesn't matter. My channel average is 98.89 or something like that, so I'm fine. But every video I get a dislike, and I think it's the same person, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I understand I'm putting myself out there, and I'm going to get that hate back, and that's okay. So I just want to thank everyone who buys stuff on my website, and I see the same names a lot, and I appreciate you guys. It really makes a huge difference. You're making my life, you're making my dream come true, and my family thanks you, because every time you buy something on my website, you're helping our family get to the next level as far as doing this full time. Close, but still out. I would say a year, hopefully 6 months, but I'm thinking realistically a year I can do this full time. So I thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. It really means a lot when you guys give good comments, but even challenge me on comments, right? You even have questions as far as, You know, you don't agree with what I said. That's fine. That's the beauty of this hobby. We are always learning. We can learn together, and I might be right, I might be wrong, and I might get corrected. And I'm okay with that, because I've been in this hobby a long time, and I'm shocked at what I knew 20 years ago and what I know now and what I'll learn tomorrow.